Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome back to BK's Baits with Motion Sports. Guys, man, it's been a week. So excited for the weekend. Can't wait to go fishing. But guys, it's longer video day, so we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it. The topic is so you want to start kayak fishing. What are some baits you need to have? And you're like, Blake, what do you know about baits you need? You've been doing it for 2 years. Well, guys, as with all the bait videos I do, I consult guys uh, who have been doing it much longer than I have, who are masters of the technique, whatever it is. And this week, I got two guys y'all may know if you are in the kayak fishing scene, Mr. Derek Brundle and Mr. Brian Howell. Combined, they've cashed more checks than Joel Olstein. So, with that, we're going to get started. We're going to start with Brian Howell's three. Um, I mean, if you don't know, Brian Howell is look at the Hobie BOS, look at all the Texas stuff. Great Texas angler. I know him personally, awesome dude. But Brian Howell's bait, he says to start with, if you want to get into kayak fishing, you need to know how to fish. Texas rig. Texas rig is, worm, creature bait. Howell recommends a worm specifically. Uh, you know, weight, you can peg it, not peg it, flip it, drag it, fish it deep, fish it shallow. It's just a super versatile bait. If they're spawning, you can flip it into beds. Um, Guys, it's very versatile. I mean, I think it's a great choice. Um, and certainly anywhere you are at in the country, it will work. You may have to adjust what plastics you're putting on, the size of your hooks, the size of the line, the size of the weights, but you know, great choice, and I agree with that. And then second, and I don't think this will be a surprise to anybody, is a jackhammer. You know, what I have to say, guys, it's a vibrating jig. Rip it through the grass, bounce it off wood, bounce it off rock. Um, If you don't know what a jackhammer is, welcome to fishing and welcome to tournament fishing because more tournaments than I can count on either hand have been won on this bait in the past couple of years. It's a superb bait. It's really versatile, guys. Yo-yo it on bottom. Like I said, grass, rock, skip it up under docks. Great bait. I love throwing it. It's a ton of fun to throw. Um, those are the two. And then the third one, this surprised me, but take it from the man, is a square bill crankbait. We have a lot of wood here in Texas, so throwing this around laydowns, bouncing it off stumps, bouncing off rock, getting those fish to react to that is a great bait. And personally, just my home lake that's closest to me is a lot of rock, and so I on this specific crankbait, I mean, you can see I've still got the line tied on it. Um, I've got 3 fish over 6 pounds on square bills. So, you know, in terms of just covering water, getting it done, that's it. So those are Brian House threes, guys. Take it from the man. Texas rig, chatterbait, square bill. But you guys like that doesn't cover. I mean, that's just one southern guy's opinion. What about us here in the north? Well, Derek Brundle's got you, baby. Just hold up. Just hold up. Let's jump right into DB's three. Derek Brundle's number one. You gotta have, guys. Senko. He did not say specifically a Texas rig, wacky rig, Ned rig, a Senko. Why a Senko? Because it does it all. Texas rig it, wacky rig it, drop shot it, cut it down and put it on a Ned head. If you are going tournament fishing, you better have some of these in your bag. Does it have to be the Gary Yamamoto brand? No. Brundle's an X Zone guy, uses the X Zone lures. Those are great. We got some guys down here in Texas that throw those. I personally like the Senkos. They're just kind of the OG. They're more expensive, but I think they're that popular and been around that long for a reason. DB's number two is a jackhammer, guys. Okay, when I said the jackhammer gets it done everywhere, I'm not kidding. A guy from the far north and a guy in Texas who's originally from California all say jackhammer. So chatterbait, specifically, but jackhammer is what they mean. There's some other brands, bladed jig. If you guys want to do that, the Z-Man Customs, you can get on Taco Warehouse, or I think they're nice. Greg Blanchard uses those. The Thunder Cricket, if they're seeing a lot of jackhammers, is good. But yeah, guys, bladed jigs. Bladed jigs. If you're way north, way south, way east, way west, bladed jigs. And Brundle's third bait is a jerkbait, specifically a Megabass Vision 110 or Vision 110 plus one. I think Brundle loves that perch color. We don't have those down here, so I don't own one. I apologize for that. But yeah, guys, a jerkbait. And that's more specifically targeted for the north. But basically, what Brundle is saying is suspended fish. Fish tight to the cover, reaction bite, mid column, and then if you got to slow it down, you're covered. Derek told me you can feed your family pretty well on those three baits, and like I said, man, those guys have cashed a ton of checks. My personal three. And I did want to include this in the video because I know some northern guys are going to get upset. Brundle did say, don't think I forgot about my tube, boys. That if you are on primarily a smallmouth fishery, you can sub in a tube as a must-have. I don't own a lot of tubes. That's the one I got. But you guys in the north, I'm not going to tell you how to fish a tube. Y'all know what y'all are doing. Anyways, Brundle says tubes for smallmouth. Guys, my three is basically a combination of their two plus one. It's the Senkos. I agree with Brundle. I like the versatility of them. When you have to finesse, you can finesse. You can Texas rig it, flip it, punch it, skip it up under docks, wacky rigged. I like the versatilities of a Senko. I tell every new kayak angler on any local trail that I've run into, if you do not have a wacky rig tied on, you're trolling. My cousin caught 2 fish over 23 inches last year in tournaments on wacky worms, man. They catch big ones. They catch fish, period. So Senko is a must-have for me. 2, it's a bladed jig. We all agree the bladed jig, you just have to have them now. Like, I don't know what it is about this bait. It draws big bites. It's so versatile. It's a ton of fun to throw, man. So bladed jigs. And then lastly, mine is a jig. I'm not even a huge jig guy, but more often than not, on every lake I've been to, they will eat a jig. I got to fish broken bow last year. I'd never fished broken bow before. In pre-fishing and during the tournament, I caught a lot of my fish on a jig. Dragging over the rock. I just like the versatility of them. They seem to get a bigger bite. If they're on a Texas rig bite, a lot of times, if you're looking for bigger fish, you can throw that jig and get it done, guys. Man, and that's it. Sorry, guys. That was a ton of baits we went through, but, it's coming up on tournament season, guys. And I wanted y'all to have some insight as to what top guys are throwing and then what I think are the best baits. And I like the versatility of those three. They can go to any lake, cold, hot, grass, wood, whatever, and get it done with those baits. And that's what these guys would be throwing. Brundle has his 3, Hal had my 3, and of course, as with anything in fishing, no one agrees on what are the best 3. So, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe out on the lake. As always, thank you for the support. You can download the Motion Sports app on Roku, Amazon. Guys, subscribe to the channel, like, comment below what your 3 favorite baits would be. Till next time, guys, I'll see y'all next Friday. BK out.